Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 5, 4, 2, 1.
That's right. It is Sunday evening and time for the Midwest Motorsports Cup Series to get underway. Welcome, everybody. I'm James Johnson, joining you from the remote booth in Atlanta, GA. And tonight we are at the track Too Tough to Tame, the Lady in Black, Darlington Speedway, Raceway, I should say. They call it the Lady in Black because it was the very first paved track in NASCAR to hold races. Let's do the race info first. There she is, the egg-shaped four-corner Too Tough to Tame. The track Too Tough to Tame, a NASCAR tradition. This year, Darlington is celebrating their 75th anniversary for racing at Darlington. And tonight, the Cup Series is going to go green for 275 laps with a competition at lap 15. 6 tires on the floor, lots of tires. The surface is sandpaper. Michael Samia has put it on the pole. Congrats to you, sir, Michael Samia. Dustin Reinstedel in the 11 going to share the front row with him. Ty Williams in the 81. Brandon Cotton in the 5. Share row 2. Eric Thaler and Joseph Phelps. Row 3. Welcome to Midwest Motorsports, Joseph. We're glad you're here. You might recognize some throwback paints tonight as we are throwing back with the 15-car field. Jason Huffman, Brandon Thayer. Share row 4. Walker McAnulty and Trevor McLaughlin teammates. Share row 5. Jason Huffman. Justin Thaler, Antcaster, Clarence Prince, Aaron Holroyd, and Sean Cunningham signed up with the wrong paint scheme, the wrong car, I should say, the wrong chassis designer. And we'll start hind end on the field as we're coming through turn 4. We're going to go green. Michael Samia in the 3 car lights them up, and we're racing.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Through turn 1 for the first time, the cars slide up the banking. 2 wide for 4th on back. That's Eric Thaler in the throwback 15. That's going to take a little getting used to. He's sharing that with Joseph Phelps. Awesome to see the orange car, Joseph Phelps in the 57. Joining us tonight. Welcome to Midwest Motorsports, Joseph. We're glad you're here as Eric Thaler goes up the track in front of him, and he's getting pressure from behind now from Brandon Thayer. Joseph Phelps gets some clean air on the nose, and Brandon Thayer decides to hold back, not push too far. Here's Walker McAnulty in a new paint. Check him out. That looks awesome. As we're finally single file down, 275 laps, a very long race. Michael Samia, your leader in the 3 car. Line astern, single file as the sun begins to fade on the Lady in Black. Second place, Dustin Reinstedel. He's got a new paint job as he looks for clean air inside. Let's see if he's going to slide up. We'll get the ticker going. Sorry about that. There's the lineup. You'll see him come across, and we have a new leader, the 11 car, Dustin Reinstedel. We will talk about the throwback paints tonight. It's really cool to see everybody participate in the Pup View number 11. Not sure that's a throwback, but it looks awesome, you got to admit. A little different from the DeWalt scheme he ran Friday night. Ty Williams in P3 and Brandon Cotton right behind him. So Brandon Cotton in the 5 car. He's got a new paint for tonight. That looks awesome. We will talk about him, I believe. Known to animate the race in more ways than one. Looks awesome. Thanks again to everybody for showing up tonight while you're here on the broadcast. Go ahead and give us a like as we're now streaming live on YouTube, the new home for Midwest Motorsports broadcast. We're on lap 5 of 275, 1/3 of the way to the competition caution. So far, everybody's playing it cool. Walker McAnulty in the 12. Recognizes paint scheme from some of his slot car racing. Hopefully we'll get to talk about him some. That's his paint. He's a world champion, a couple of divisions, national champion multiple times. Now testing his skills in the iRacing League. Up front, Dustin Reinstedel, no pressure. Everybody's conserving tires. You know, there are some teammates, the 71. Here's Sean Cunningham. I believe he is registered for a Toyota, signed up and entered tonight's iRacing lobby in a Chevrolet and received a penalty. So he had to start behind Aaron Holroyd, who did not qualify at all. But these guys doing a great job of conserving tires for as long as they can. As long as you don't get lapped, should be okay. Joseph Phelps now got past by Walker McAnulty. Sorry, missed that. There's Jason Huffman. The Gazoo Racing as Joseph Phelps looks inside Eric Thaler. And Joseph Phelps in the orange car takes it. Sorry, I was one car off there. Sorry, Joseph. Not his first race. I remember the Nationwide car from that series. Looks like he's got a throwback on tonight. Thanks, bro. The Wheaties paint. Got to respect that. There's the number 3, Platinum Elite. We'll find out what he's throwing back to. Looks like he ran into a paint truck on Rainbow Flag Day and got all the different paints plastered all over his car. But currently second place, almost 1 full second behind behind Dustin Reinstedel, your leader. And third place, Ty Williams in the 81. Snap-on colors most of the time, including tonight. Looks like he's not throwing back. Oh, yeah, he is. Maybe Cobalt Lowe's. My name is James Johnson, of course. 48 is my number in most racing leagues. Representing Jimmy Johnson tonight. Ty Williams, more than likely, a 48 throwback. I like it. Good on you, Ty. Platinum Elite Racing Team after his win last week. Line astern, everybody's playing it cool with 15 cars in the race tonight before the competition caution. Everybody's hanging out. Thanks again to everybody joining us on YouTube, the new home of Midwest Motorsports. Chat us up. I'll try and read the chats as much as I can. It's Eric Thaler in the 15. He's got a throwback to Mark Martin. I recognize that as well. I'm sure we'll talk about him as the race goes on. Up front is all Dustin Reinstedel, Michael Samia, Ty Williams, Brandon Cotton, Joseph Phelps. Coming to the competition caution. No points at lap 15. Everybody's here for pride. And save your tires. Current lap time's 29 seconds. And the gap is only 13 seconds back to the 15th place. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me on YouTube. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in. Chat us up. I'll make some comments as much as I can. If you're spotting for somebody, tell us who you're pulling for. Joseph Phelps in P5. As we're coming to the competition caution, Joseph Phelps looking aggressive. And Barney throws the yellow flag to put us under caution. Joseph Phelps got backed up into the 15. Well, that's the 5 of Brandon Cotton. In front of him, the 15's behind him. All right, Dustin Reinstedel going to bring us into pit lane for the first time. I understand between 27 and 30 laps for fuel. Here they come down pit lane. There's Barney saying hello. Here we come down pit lane. Anybody stay out to collect some free points for leading a lap? Not yet. Looks like everybody's in. All 15 cars are in. Nobody's going off strategy with 6 sets of tires. 30 laps per fuel run to 275. You do the math. 80, 30, 60. 6 times 4 is 24. Can't go 40 laps. All right, who's doing the math? Not me. Dustin Reinstedel, Michael Samia, Brandon Cotton, jumps Ty Williams for third. Eric Thaler, Walker McAnulty. Joseph Phelps takes tires and Ant Castor. Interesting for the 57 to take tires. He's going to lose some track position, but we'll see if he can come through the field. Only 15 cars. There he is, Joseph Phelps. Brandon Thayer in the 64. So this is Brandon Thayer's very first paint, his cup car paint, the 64. So he's throwing back to himself. Say no to racism, Mobile. You got to respect that. Say no to racism, as everybody echoes that sentiment for sure. Brandon Thayer in the 64 looks back at the entire field, and we're going to go back racing again as we come through turn 4, which is now turn 4. It used to be the exit of turn 2 before they flip-flop the start-finish line. And Dustin Reinstedel in the 11 takes off, and let's see if Brandon Cotton can get inside of Michael Smee and stay with him for second place on the restart. Yes, he does. And Eric Thaler in third, sliding up right behind Michael Samia. And then for fourth, it's Ty Williams looking on the inside of Eric Thaler. These guys have a rivalry that goes back many, many seasons, a friendly rivalry, good hard racing, most of the time clean. Eric Thaler and Ty Williams in the 81. Definitely keep an eye on them as Walker McNulty stalks them from behind. And they drop back single file and go up the banking in the wonderful Darlington Raceway. Drone cam gets a good shot of Walker McNulty from the side. And now Dustin Reinstedel be coming straight at you through the spotter stand to lead another lap for the fast lap of the race, 29.4. Big mover so far is Aaron Holroyd in the Manscaped 73. Oh, that looks like a throwback as he's into the safer barrier. 73 is throwing it back to the Rainbow Warrior. Manscaped Rainbow Warrior, we'll see. Iconic paint. This one's got the flames. Gotta love it. There we go. Oh, into the safer barrier again. with the AH Aaron Holroyd on the bottom, as Jason Huffman in the 4 looks inside. Can he get it? Not this lap. The 4, Jason Huffman's getting pressure from behind from Sean Cunningham in the 71. Aaron Holroyd up in the safer barrier again. And you got Justin Thaler lurking in the background too. Aaron Holroyd loses the spot to the 71 of Sean Cunningham. And just behind him, Justin Thaler in the number 2 car. He's got a throwback. Oh, that's an icon right there as well. You know where he came from. As he now is right on the rear bumper of Aaron Holroyd. Justin Thaler in the number 2 car. Motorcraft quick lane oil change. As we're yellow. Nope, we're still green. Not sure what I'm watching there. Oh, checking in on the chat. It's all good. Didn't mean to scare you there. We're still green. Lap 24. Walker McNulty looking racy. See if we can get up to him. Sorry for the delay. As he's chasing the number 3, his teammate, Michael Samia. This is 4th. And Trevor McLaughlin right behind Brandon Thayer. Looks like he's getting passed by Sean Cunningham on the inside. Sean Cunningham in the white 71 goes inside the blue 64. Moves 71 up a spot after starting dead last. Sean Cunningham is now trying to move up. That's another paint I don't recognize. Trevor McLaughlin. He gets past Sean Cunningham. Picking him up and putting him down. Did not take tires, though. He's making some moves. Now looking at Walker McAnulty, the 71 of Sean Cunningham. Riding on his right shoulder. Looking up at the blue bumper of Walker McAnulty. Can Sean Cunningham make a move? He's getting clean air on the nose. Hopefully he can turn down inside as we go down the back straight, front straight. Can Sean Cunningham do a slide job? Throw the car deep. Walker McNulty holds his line. Nice move for Walker. Holding strong on the outside, not this lap. 71 jegs of Sean Cunningham. Oh, Walker has to lift on exit. That's going to give the 71 the run he needs. Let's see if he jumps up and takes the racing line away from Walker McNulty, and he does. Classic Darlington overtake there by the 71. Great racing here. It's the Midwest Motorsports Cup Series. Shows the way. Jason Huffman now looking inside a couple cars. Justin Thaler on the outside. Can Jason Huffman in the 4 car take a spot away from Justin Thaler? No change up front. Dustin Ransell's pulled away from Eric Thaler. Brandon Cotton P3. We'll see if that gap gets closer. This is a great battle here. Justin Thaler in 10th. Jason Huffman in the 4 car in 11th. Aaron Holroyd, P12 out of 15. '71 inside of Walker McNulty as Walker's trying to fight back on the outside, and he does. Nice move. Walker McNulty reclaims that spot. P6. Nice work. Nice racing. The Premier League of Midwest Motorsports, the Cup Series. Getting it done, showing we can race clean and hard and fair as Eric Thaler. Still squirrely on the exit. For position 2, let's talk about Eric Thaler's throwback paint. Well, everybody's spread out just a little bit. Eric Thaler in the 15, the godfather of Midwest Motorsports. It looks like the number 6 Valvoline throwback to me. And he is Mark Martin, 1993 Valvoline car throwback. He remembers this as a kid, does Eric. This was an iconic Ford paint scheme. Eric Taylor, diehard Ford fan. This paint scheme was part of his 1993 4-race win streak, which his last race was at the Southern 500 in Darlington. Eric says, maybe I can bring this one home in Victory Lane to honor the legend that is Mark Martin. You can see the sun setting on the Darlington track as Eric Taylor's lost about a full second. Now Brandon Cotton is in his mirrors. Here we go, Brandon Cotton in the 5, looking to challenge for this second place. Dustin Reinstettle's 1.1 second up the road. Can Brandon Cotton get it done? Tires begin to wear down, but he came in at lap 15. So we should be going to lap 45 or so before pit stops. Unfortunate for Joseph Phelps. 32-second lap, last lap, as Joseph Phelps has dropped all the way to the back. Not sure exactly what we missed. Another 32-second lap for Joseph Phelps. Maybe he's saving tires the best that he can, trying not to go a lap down. Only natural cautions from here on out. So he's going to need a little bit of luck. I'm going to need a little bit of luck, or some people chiming in on the YouTube chat live stream to keep this race entertaining with us, as Sean Cunningham in the 71 hits the wall. That lets a freight train come by. Brandon Thayer, Trevor McLaughlin get by the 71. Justin Thaler one spot next in the Motorcraft Wood Brothers paint. Let's see if he can make it happen. Sean Cunningham saved it. Not bad. Good on you, Sean Cunningham, for not losing too many spots with that little mistake there. Hanging off the wall. Dustin Reinstettle's your leader. Brandon Cotton did get by Eric Thaler for second. So we're looking at second place currently, the number 5 of Brandon Cotton. Not pulling out any funky pit strategy tonight. Known for flipping the script. The 15, Eric Taylor, goes right on the edge of control. 2 seconds behind second place. And the 81 of Ty Williams now looks like he wants to be aggressive and see if he can make a pass. As we're right on the bumper of the Midwest Motorsports 15. You make it happen. We're on lap 38. Still can't make it past. Very great, clean racing here. All these Midwest Motorsports. If you're looking for a league, the Midwest Motorsports Cup Series is a great way to do it. Before we get into the pit strategy, if you want to join Midwest Motorsports, midwest-motorsports.com is where you can join up, find all of the rules. As we see the 57 getting the black flag. I wonder what happened to the 57. He's just getting lapped. It looks like he had a meatball maybe. Crashing into the wall as a couple cars go by. Castro, Jason Huffman. Everybody goes by the 57 as he now comes into the pit, I believe, for a meatball. Find out why another time. Right now, Dustin Reinstell is your leader. Brandon Cotton, though, less than half a second behind now. As the 5 cars picked up the pace. All right, as I was saying, Midwest-Motorsports.com is where you can find more, find the rules, find the racing series you like. Here's a little more about Midwest Motorsports.
Are you tired of milquetoast lawless racing and ready for a real league? Then you need Midwest Motorsports. Our iRacing Cup, Truck, and Road series are unrivaled and make grown men cry. Featuring active race control and an active Discord server. Say goodbye to cheese wagon free-for-alls and hello to the best league racing you'll find anywhere. Want more? Who doesn't? Catch our weekly podcast, complete with member interviews, race reviews, standing updates, and rig tips and tricks. Live race broadcasts with announcer commentary.
And Ty Williams in the 81 in the red car. Jason Huffman gets in between them.
Fridays, Truck Series. Sundays, Cup Series. Tuesdays, Road Series. Visit Midwest-Motorsports.com to sign up for free and see if you have what it takes to not finish last. Our next season starts soon. Scan the QR code to sign up now, unless you like being taken out in Turn 1 by noobs.
Nobody likes getting taken out in turn 1 by anybody, especially not noobs. As the 83 of Clarence Prince comes in, Brandon Cotton is your new leader as pit cycles go through right on schedule at lap 45. Ty Williams in now. Your leader, Dustin Reinsettle, came in as he's taking tires. Clarence Prince also taking tires. Ty Williams in now. Brandon Cotton going longer than anybody. Can he go longer than Eric Thaler as well? We'll see. These conservation laps will pay off. As the race continues, Justin Thaler, Ty Williams both in. Ty Williams begins his stop. Eric Thaler, the Godfather, in from second place, so no leading a lap yet for him. Brandon Cotton does get points for leading a lap. Michael Samia and Trevor McLaughlin in. Only 4 cars yet to stop. From 15 to 46, Brandon Cotton goes 31 laps. See if Jason Huffman and Castor right here, line of stern. See if they also made it that far. They did, but look at that. Brandon Thayer is going to stay out. The 64 car going a lap longer than anybody else. On his own lap now, Brandon Thayer in the 64 after a podium in Pocono last week. Brandon Thayer is holding strong. Surely he's got to come in as the leader before the pit stops. Dustin Reinsettle in the 11 is on his tail. Dustin Reinsettle will assume the lead, assuming that Brandon Cotton did not get around. Does Brandon have another full lap? Dustin Reinsettle was inside of him, and Brandon may not have been able to come in that lap because Dustin was there. Is this going to hurt him? Brandon Thayer has got to be on E. He's still full throttle. Calls the 64, pitting in. Down on the apron, see if we can slow it down by the line. All right, finally, the last one to stop, Brandon Thayer on lap 48. We'll see if that pays off as this race plays out. Brandon Cotton can go to 78, or even now, 82, 3 laps longer than anybody else. If he keeps that pace, we saw Dustin Reinsettle go right on by. And it's Brandon Thayer still on pit road. Finally makes it to his box. Dustin Reinsettle passes him and assumes the lead. And second place, Brandon Thayer. Yep. Okay, Brandon Cotton, 2.2 seconds back. And then Ty Williams, half a second behind Brandon. So there's Ty Williams in the 81 as he's chasing Brandon Cotton just ahead. That's the race second and third. Third is the 81. Snellville, Georgia's Ty Williams. Right up the street from me. Ty Williams, fastest lap of the race, that lap. 29.38. Ty Williams puts down a burner. No catching Dustin Ryan steadily as he's 2 seconds up the road. Justin Thaler in the number 2 makes up a nice couple of spots here. Through that pit cycle, the number 2, of course, Brad Keselowski fan, who isn't, by the way. If you're not a Brad Keselowski fan, feel sorry for you. Maybe tell me in the chat why you're not. What Brad Keselowski ever did to you. But Justin Thaler likes BK, and now he's representing the Ford Motorcraft brand tonight of the Wood brothers. Justin Thaler, the iconic Ford Motorcraft Wood brothers. Such an icon in the sport. I agree. Looks even more awesome with the Midwest Motorsports logo under that Ford Motorcraft logo right on the side skirt. The Dex diesel fuel additive. Also on the paint scheme. Looks awesome. Attaboy Justin. Letting it rip. He moved up. And that pit cycle is up 5 spots from the starting spot. Now racing on his own. Chasing Michael Samia, trying to hold off Trevor McLaughlin. Walker McNulty, we've talked about, is Ryan Blaney, number 12, in the past. His Platinum Elite Racing teammate, Trevor McLaughlin, just in front of Walker. Here we are looking back from Trevor, looking at Walker as the sun continues to go deeper. Brandon Cotton takes over the fast lap of the race, 29.360. Trevor Mack pulls away from Justin Thaler. Joseph Phelps does a good job of staying off the racing line. Here's the 99 of Trevor Mack. We'll talk about him more as the race goes on. This is the closest battle on the track. Everybody takes tires that time by except Joseph Phelps. Thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. Don't forget to give us a like while you're here. All the Midwest Motorsports admins do this all for free. Support each other throughout the week. Most active Discord channel. Midwest Motorsports is the fastest growing iRacing league on the internet, according to my research. Looks like everybody's just turning laps right now, trying to stay clean. Brandon Cotton going by Ant Caster. As Anthony Castor goes a lap down to Brandon Cotton. Brandon Cotton's got the Midwest Motorsports logo on his back. Thanks, Joseph. Joseph Phelps in the 57 letting us go. Brandon Cotton says, thank you, brother. Great sportsmanship here. The Midwest Motorsports iRacing League, super clean. The whole league, whether it's trucks, Cup or the Road Series. '81 gets by Phelps, and now Ant Castor racing Joseph Phelps. Put the 57 one more lap down to Ant in the 8. Is the leader just up the road. Anthony Castor is your first car 1 lap down. He would get the lucky dog if there's an accident or if there's an on purpose. You never know. Most of the time they're accidents. One second or more all the way up to Jason Huffman. Let's see, Ian Sean Cunningham are in a battle. This battle goes on. For 9th and 10th, they're fighting over 9th. Jason Huffman in the 4. There's Jason Huffman getting by. The Toyota Gazoo Racing, number 4. Sean Cunningham wants it back. Sean Cunningham is not going to let him go. The 71 right behind him. This is the closest battle on the track. 1/4 of a second. Dustin Reinstedel right at 1.2 seconds in front of Brandon Cotton. That gap is holding strong. Ty Williams, 2.3 as you see the ticker. Then it's 8 seconds more back to Eric Thaler, Michael Samia, then JT. Good on you, Jason Huffman in the 4. Pulling away from the 71. What is up, everybody? Let me know what you think. Hit me one time. Don't you love the caps lock button? It's all good. Brandon Cotton slowly but surely reeling in the number 11 as this is the battle. There's the leader right there, the number 11. The zoomed in camera is going to show you Brandon Cotton has zoomed in on the number 11. And there he is right in the picture now. 0.2 seconds back to Brandon Cotton. There he is. Can Brandon Cotton make it work? The battle for the lead. We have a lap car up ahead. That's Aaron Holroyd. Last car on the lead lap. Far enough ahead that Dustin Reinstedel's not getting too big of a draft help from him to pull away from the guy we're riding with, Brandon, but also not enough to take away from Dustin's front downforce and still in clean air. Brandon Cotton has to go half a car width off the bumper just to make sure he gets some clean air and the sight line on the 73 of Aaron. Race for the lead. Brandon Cotton's going to be patient. Super patient. You only have to lead one lap. That's the last one. 43, we're going to 73, about 4 or 5 more laps. We'll expect the leaders in. Thank you, Aaron. Respect to you, my friend. Good racing for the 73 to let these leaders go. Thank you, Aaron. We appreciate it, brother. There's Brandon in the 5, looking inside. Into turn 1 they come. Brandon Thayer going to do a slide job. Not yet. They're side by side. No contact yet. Dustin Reinstedel holds on strong. Can he make a move? Aaron Holroyd gains a little ground. Dustin Reinstedel now drops off to take a pit stop. And we have a new leader, the 5 car, Brandon Cotton. The last time he went 3 laps longer than Dustin Reinstedel. So this round of pit cycles has begun. What is going to happen? Next car in. After Dustin Reinstedel. Goodness gracious. We're racing. Do not lose your seat. All right. Thanks, Governor. We appreciate you. We see you. Just starting a new round of pit stops. Dustin Reinstedel was the first one in. Earlier, pits from the lead. Brandon Cotton takes over. He went 4 laps longer last time, but Dustin Reinstedel in the 11 animated the race from the beginning, going flat out. Thanks, Ty Williams now in from second place. Brandon Cotton went to lap 48, so he should be good to lap 81 or so. He's got 7 more laps already on the second cycle. Huge advantage. Brandon Cotton using those advantages. Now remember, 6 sets of tires. Who's going to take him this time by? Dustin Reinstedel did not take tires this time. Let's see if Ty takes tires. He is choosing to take tires, Ty Williams. Still in the pits. 14.7. JT on his way out, no tires. Brandon Cotton got 4 more laps left of fuel. Clarence Prince, Joseph Phelps come in. Once again, thanks to everybody for joining us. Go ahead and give us a like while you're here. It'll save you the hassle of trying to remember if you liked or subscribed before we leave. Clarence Prince on his way out in this throwback weekend. Jason Huffman, Trevor Mack in. They took tires last time. We'll see if they take tires this time. Brandon Cotton now turns left. That's going to put Eric Thaler in the lead. As lap 75, he comes in as well. Brandon Cotton and Eric Thaler come in at 75. That's right on 30 laps. Dustin Reinstedel did not take tires, so he may cycle back up to the lead. This is who I think is going to be the lead. It's Brandon, Eric, and Michael all come in. Also, Brandon Thayer, he stayed out for a while. Is he going to be able to stay out? Brandon Thayer. As the 15 comes in. Brandon Thayer in the 64. Throwback to his own. Throwback to himself. You got to respect that. Brandon Cotton's on his way out. Lap 75. 5 laps longer than Dustin. Reinstedel that last time. It's Brandon Thayer. He's out. He took tires last time at 48. Can he go to 78? 1 more lap. It's 30. Can he stretch it out even more than that? Unbelievable. Great strategy being shown. I'm hearing that 71 gets even more complicated as Brandon Thayer's into the wall. With 71, Sean Cunningham signing up and starting the race on a different car than he registered with, so he had to start at the EOL. Behind in Charlie, Aunt Kester comes in with 71. Now gets caught speeding in the pit lane. He's got to do drive-bys. Brandon Thayer stays out. And now he finally comes in, lap 78. That is 8 laps longer. It's right at 30 laps. Brandon Cotton at 75, so let's see how far back he is from Dustin Reinstedel. There's your leader. And Brandon Cotton, 5 laps longer than Dustin, is now 2.9 seconds back. Awesome racing. Oh no, Aaron Holroyd in 73 is retired. Sorry to hear about that. Manscaped throwback to Aaron Holroyd. Yep, he has left the world. Uh-oh. See if I can get back. There we go. JT, Justin Thaler in P5 as Brandon Thayer comes out of the pits in 6th. Let's see. There he is, finally coming out of the pits. Jason Huffman goes by. Looks like Trevor Mack and Michael Samia are going to go by, but this puts Platinum Elite 7th, 8th, and 9th, and 10th. So 4 teammates right together. Brandon Thayer on the inside of Trevor Mack. And then there's Walker McAnulty. So 4 Platinum Elite drivers right together. Brandon Thayer rides are up the high line as he waits for his tires to come in. And we are back on pit cycle with 10 cars on the same lap. 10 cars on the lead lap. Walker McAnulty, he's getting pressure from the 8 car of Ant Castor, but he's a lap down. So Ant Castor on the same lap as Walker McAnulty, but a full 9/10 of a lap. So Walker McAnulty's got some breathing room to his nearest competition. But up just ahead, Platinum Elite, right behind Michael Samia, right behind Trevor Mack. One second now the gap. Dustin Reinstedel from Ty Williams in the 81. So Brandon Cotton has dropped back. Again, 3 laps longer than Ty Williams, but Ty Williams making moves as he zooms right by Ty Williams. Ty Williams zooms right by. And did he take tires? Yes, he did. That's what tires will do for you. Dustin Reinstedel did not take tires. The 81 of Ty Williams from Snellville, Georgia, running my man, Jimmy Johnson, JJ, running the Lowe's paint, number 81, the legend, Mr. 7-time, and Dustin Reinstedel now has to settle for second. New leader, Ty Williams. Nice work. As 81, Ty Williams is now your leader. Zooms right on by like he was going backwards. That's what new tires will do for you. There's the 11, orange and white car. Flying solo tonight. Thanks to everybody for joining me. We're keeping an eye on your leader. Everybody's about a second apart. Brandon Thayer and Michael Samia now. This is the closest battle on the track. This is for 9th and 10th. I'm sorry, 8th and 9th. Michael Samia has 8th. Brandon Thayer wants it. So much history at the Southern 500, the Darlington Raceway. The first Southern 500 was held in 1950. 1950. So many Hall of Famers raced in that race in 1950. Built on farmland with a lake, a great fishing lake on the one end, which is why the two corners have different angles as we're watching Ty Williams go under the 64 and in the wall. 64 into the wall on the exit, making only 7 cars now on the lead lap. Ty Williams 3.8 seconds in front of second place Dustin Reinstedel, the silver car in your shot. 4.2 seconds now. Took tires on the last stop. Can he make it pay off? Down the backstretch they come. 23 degrees banking, turns 3 and 4. Cross the start finish line. 3 degrees on the front stretch, and 25 degrees, turns 1 and 2, as Ty Williams goes under the 4 of Jason Huffman to put now everybody up to 5th is 1 lap down. Ty Williams putting on a clinic with these fresh tires, going off sequence and making them pay. Everybody else down to Walker McAnulty. I think Walker may have only taken 2, but that's down to 10th place. Ty Williams making them pay right now. Just barely 1 lap down, Trevor McLaughlin getting pressure from Brandon Thayer's teammate right behind. Once again, let's not forget Justin Thaler, that old JT. He is up 6 places from his start, the biggest mover so far. Shout out to JT and the number 2 Ford Motorcraft throwback paint tonight. NASCAR's oldest super speedway, they call this. Justin Thaler, we're watching him come right up on Anthony Castor. Admins racing each other out. There's Justin. Can he catch Ant Castor right in front? Put Ant a lap down to Justin. So much history here at Darlington. Thanks to everybody for joining us. If you haven't given us a like already, we appreciate it if you're enjoying what you're seeing. And even if you're not, it's okay to lie to us, as long as you're lying with a like. We're having fun. Midwest-motorsports.com is where you can find us. Some of the cleanest racing on iRacing on the planet. Right here, we're seeing Brandon Thayer go around the outside of the number 99, Trevor McLaughlin. Brandon Thayer is throwing back to himself. Midwest-motorsports.com, you can see on the screen. It's where you can sign up. We have very active Discord broadcast, 3 live streams of racing every week, and our own podcast called The Cool Down Lap. Talk about all the racing in the league. So much fun. Sign-ups are always free and always open. So you can join us at Midwest-motorsports.com. Check everything out. Decide which league you want to join. Come on in. Sign-ups are always free and always open. We're watching Brandon Thayer in the 64. Dustin Reinstedel pulls over to let Michael Samia go. Here's Trevor Mack in the 99. Trevor Mack in the 99. He is on the bottom. Throwback to Mark Martin's 2009 Kellogg scheme. I think every fan enjoyed watching the Mark Martin resurgence in 2009. I think that was the Car of Tomorrow era. And Trevor wanted to honor one of the greats, not Kellogg's Tonight, but the Ghost energy drink, as he always does, and the Sour Patch Kids on his nose. I think every fan enjoyed watching the Mark Martin resurgence in 09 when it honored one of the greats. The idea of using the basic scheme but turning it into a Ghost Sour Patch sponsor kid car came to me one day, and he was really happy with how it turned out. Plus, it doesn't hurt that Mark Martin won the race at Darlington that year. There's the Sour Patch Kids. As you can see, sunset falling farther and farther down as the race leader. Ty Williams comes in the pit. That is the Jag 71 car getting by. But now back up to Brandon Cotton, who takes over the lead as Ty Williams comes in the pit for his pit stop. Right on cue at lap 102. We got some guys going to lap 105. Brandon Thayer might make it to 108. Ty Williams, your race leader, no more. Brandon Cotton and Eric Thaler both get by. See how long they get to stay out. Their last stop was at 75, so they should be good to lap 105. You never know. Trevor Mack gets out of the way of Dustin Reinstedel, who came in at lap 98 and 99 for JT. But Justin Thaler's in front now of Dustin Reinstedel. So what a move. This is huge. Justin Thaler, sorry about the picture, Justin. Helmet. All right, I don't know, it didn't look bad. Who's that good-looking man? Protecting his bald spot from the sun. Good to see you, JT. He's coming up on Trevor McLaughlin. Goes inside of him. All right, I'll hide your mug. Back to your helmet. Justin Thaler. Jason Huffman, 102. But let's see how they play out. Eric Thaler's in, making his round of stops. So remember, Ty Williams should have a short pit stop this time, but he was pitted from the lead. So now he's going to have a no tire stop. Brandon Thayer is overdue for a pit stop. Brandon Cotton also in now. Is Brandon going to take tires? Let's find out how long his stop goes. Brandon Cotton in the 5. He's got to take tires. Not even halfway as we continue to go on. All right, come on, Governor, give me some love, man. What are we going to talk about? Let's chat. Let's chat it up. Come on. There he is. Brandon Cotton stops. Ty Williams is going to take over the lead. Or is he? Ty Williams came out with the 8-second stop. Brandon Thayer with a 7-second stop. Oh, but that was lap 78. So Brandon Thayer caught off cycle. We have 5 cars on the lead lap right now. Eric Thaler. Oh, and we're yellow. Oh, Lordy. This is going to shake things up. What did I miss? Ant Castor, maybe Dustin Reinstedel? Nope. Ant Castor? Oh, no. It looks like he may have left the world. Who was it? Help me out. Race control. We're rewinding. The pace car is out. During the pit stops, you can see the lights on in the pace car. What happened? Ant Castor has left the world. We know he's in VR. But right now, he is not in VR. As he just said bye-bye. Oh, he got damage. His headset died. So what happens when you don't charge your VR headset? Being an over-the-road trucker. Let's see what happens when you have no idea where your car is. Feel bad for Ant. See if we can find out at what point he died. Probably right about here, and his wheel just turns left and stays left. And right about there, he's gone. Can't see anything. And kablamo into the inside wall.
What's the ball back of him?
He's wrecking him. He's wrecking him. You see it, man. They're both in the wall.
He's into the wall. Let's see if anybody else hits him. Trevor Mack and Walker McNulty barely get by. All right, that's going to change things up. What's going to happen now? All right, there's Ant Castor as these guys go by him. Caution's already out. Ty Williams is in the lead. And here's Dustin Reinstedel. Here we are live. Lights are out in the pace car. So see if anybody gets a wave around. Race control's probably going bonkers. Let's see if Ant wants to join me in the booth. Of course, he's welcome to. All he has to do is join me. If you want to join me in the booth, the door is open. Shoot me a DM. We'll get you in there, Ant. Right now, Ty Williams and Eric Thaler. See, anybody come in? We are live. Lap 108. 107, Braden Thayer came in. Justin Taylor came in at 108 and reset. So Walker McNulty, 107. Justin Taylor, 108. Takes tires, maybe a top off. We have a race reset, and Ty Williams on the inside is going to be your race leader. Dustin Reinstedel takes the inside as he was second, and Eric Thaler going to restart third, or second, I should say, and gets around Dustin. So race reset. Look at now. You have 6 cars on the lead lap. The battle's for the lead. The 15 of Eric Thaler with that awesome Mark Martin, one of my favorite paints, the Valvoline number 15, number 6 for Mark. Tonight's the 15 as Ty Williams jumps up a lane and blocks Eric Thaler. The 5 of Brandon Cotton holds on to third. It's Eric Thaler now. No contact. Ty Williams into the wall. Brandon Cotton's going to try to push it 3 wide as he comes down on the 15. Oh my goodness. We got racing going on. Eric Thaler trying to hold on to it. We're yellow again. See if we can find out what happens. Thanks to everybody's patience. But do not go anywhere. Somebody else is going to get a lucky dog. Jason Huffman in the 4 is going to be the lucky dog. Let's see if we can find out what happened back here. We can find out what happens. Who was behind him? Clarence Prince. Oh, and Joseph Phelps. Get into it. Here we go. Coming into turn 3. I'm sorry, into turn 1. We're going to watch it. Lifetime. Clarence Prince on the inside. Joseph Phelps. Joseph Phelps, no chance. This is definitely going to help reset a couple guys and give all right, let's see what happens here. We're going to take a look. The 83. We're watching Clarence Prince as he lets a couple guys go in the 57 on the outside. Mine is on miss. Oh, he hits the wall. 83 left him room. They were racing for position, but unfortunately, 57 was into the wall. I don't know if they would have made it without, but there it is, that first contact. He tried to stay as high as he could. Let's see if the 57. So the 83 is definitely offline. Weird arc in the Burger King 83. Of course, he didn't do it on purpose. No disrespect by the 83. But the 57 up into the wall. 83 is there. Leaves a little bit of space. The 57 just bounces into the wall. Turns down into the 83. Of course, it's not intentional. It's one of them racing deals. They tried to save it. 57 goes back around, pointing the wrong way. And that's how that happens. We're back live racing now. Joseph Phelps, a couple laps down already. But check it out. We have a new leader. Brandon Thayer stays out as Eric Thaler, the first one in. But look at that. Justin Thaler now on the front row as Eric Thaler assumes his position. It's Brandon Thayer. Came in at 107, 108 for that. Ding dong battle. And now Eric and everybody on back on the lead lap, which is only back to Ty Williams. So we have 4 cars. Ty Williams now is going to get the wave around. Trevor McLaughlin, Michael Samia also get a wave around. All right, Brandon Thayer. Going to be the lead on good tires, and we're going to go racing again. As the blue car is going to restart. And it takes off. Eric Thaler, the 15, looks inside of his brother, Justin Thaler. So far, we have Trevor McLaughlin in 8th, the last one on the lead lap. Walker McNulty. Oh, yep, Michael Samia not on the lead lap. So the 3 car behind Walker is the first car lead lap down. All right, don't take my word for that, Trevor Mack. No, I think Tustin's the first one to lap down. Unbelievable. His last pit stop was 98. So if we have green flag stops, remember, we're not even halfway through the race. So that's a big kerfluffle. Who knows where we're going to go from here as 2 cautions come back to back and race reset with only 11 cars on the lead lap, if I'm seeing that right, maybe 7. We'll let it play out a couple more laps. But now I'm joined by Ant Castor in the number 8. Ant, sorry about your headset, your VR. Did you forget to plug it in?
Oh, no, it's been plugged in. There's just something with the battery.
That high-tech stuff, it's easy to go wrong. Very difficult to leave it plugged in and charge it. I know the LiPo lithium batteries They're pretty sensitive to heat and temperature. Maybe leaving it out in the truck may have caused it to swell a little bit. Who knows? Hopefully you get it set up. Hopefully it doesn't happen too often. But the good news is you get to join us. Thanks for coming into the booth tonight, Ant.
Hey, yeah, I'm glad to be here. That's a fun race. It's just super unfortunate that they had to fail out on a fun one. So
Yeah, tell me about it. How was it out there? I know you have 6 sets of tires. Everybody was on strategy until Ty Williams in the 81 went off strategy, and now the yellows throw a couple of wrenches in the works, spanners in the works. How do you see
yeah,
it? We're not even halfway yet.
a lot of the guys are starting to try and save tire. I know that this track, if you abuse it too much, and I think a lot of the abuse is coming through 3 and 4, trying to rotate the car. If you abuse those tires a bit too much, it just chews them. So a lot of people are trying to save tire between their stints. They're trying to stretch at least one stint and not take tires in between. So it's going to be interesting to see if anybody actually saves an extra set. I know I was on track to have close to an extra set towards the end.
Yeah, we noticed that. I'm not sure if you're still in the world or if you're just watching the broadcast.
I'm watching the track. I'm up in the blimp.
All right, yeah. Please tell me about Dustin Reinstedt. I'm showing him the first car 1 lap down. Is that really the case? I know sometimes our timing gets kind of cattywampus.
Yeah, no, he is the, I believe, first car lap down. I'll have to double check that, but actually he might be the second car or third car lap down. I'm showing McLaughlin, the first car down, followed by Scamilla, but
Wow.
he got caught with a speeding penalty, 40-second hold on pit road under green, flag pit stop. So that one really hurts.
He did a bad thing. Oh, Dustin. No pit lane speed limiter button. And that paid the price tonight. Well, look at this. JT up 10 places from his starting spot in the lead, being chased by Brandon Cotton in the 5. This cool, 2 cool throwbacks up here. Thanks to everybody for throwing it back tonight.
Yeah, that's not a whole lot of places to pass here, so Cotton's probably going to try and set something up for 3 and 4. He might be content to ride there for a little bit and see if JT makes a mistake. Oh, look at that runoff.
Yeah, buddy, kind of taking a different arc on the exit and using goes, gets a big run, pokes the nose out.
Oh, yeah, you really. So when you're entering turn 1 there, you really have to hope that that guy up top either falls back or pulls ahead, because you need to arc up towards the wall or you lose a lot of speed.
So you got to complete the slide job before the entry, huh? Before the middle of the corner.
Yeah, that, or you got to hope that the other guy on the bottom playing chicken lets out.
Right on. Another good run for Eric Thaler in the 15 tonight.
Yeah, he's back and forth right now, correct?
Yes, sir. What was he saying in the chat? I know you guys are often talking to each other.
Oh, here's work on the lead, but he was just saying that, you got to conserve some tire. He was worried about consuming too much tire through those first couple runs, but I think those cautions kind of gave him a little bit of renewed life in those tires.
Yeah, they did. He was able to stop at 112, which is the same lap that Brandon Cotton did, and you can see now that was the lap. We had a couple of wreckers after yours, so it wasn't your yellow that caused a couple of guys to go back on a different cycle, 112. So we got Brandon Thayer and Justin Thaler pitted out at 107, 108. That was when you dropped out. So again, sorry about your difficulties. Thank you so much for joining me in the booth. Not so lonely anymore.
275 laps is a lot of laps to call by yourself, so I'm happy to be here.
Appreciate it. Don't forget, we got the cool down lap tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Midwest Motorsports YouTube channel, the home of Midwest Motorsports. What are we going to talk about? We got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of action going on. You want to talk us through some cool down lap promo?
Yeah, real quick, and you can feel free to interrupt me if anything happens on the track you want to get to, but we have a special guest tomorrow. It's actually going to be Mike Scamilla, the 3-car. He's driving the 3-car here tonight. He's been on a bit of a hot streak over the last couple of weeks, so we want to talk to him and highlight his tenure here at Midwest Motorsports. He's been here a couple seasons. We're gonna recap some Daytona 24 action. I know there was a handful of teams that participated in that, and recap all the racing action from Motegi all the way to Darlington here with the trucks, or sorry, with the Cup and trucks out in Indy. So got a lot of content to cover tomorrow.
That's right. Glad to finally have Michael Samia, the number 3 car, gonna tell us all about his experience as a 99. His teammate gets around him. Get out of the zoomed in. So Michael Samia, the 3rd one a lap down. Now the 4th one a lap down as Trevor Mack gets around him. And Jason Huffman, the 1st one a lap down. Oh, I'm hearing that 83 of Clarence Prince has left the world, calling it a night.
Oh, yeah.
Come on back, Clarence. We appreciate it. Glad you showed up to race tonight. Just bad luck that wasn't in your cards tonight. But Clarence, always an animator of the race.
Yeah, it looks like a packet loss according to iRacing, so it could be something on his side with the internet connection. So we might see him hop back in.
You forgot to put enough cheese in the mouse wheel, giving him power at home. Oh, good. Brandon Cotton, at this little point in the race, coming up on halfway. I agree with you that I think Brandon Cotton might be just biding his time, getting in a groove, running some laps. Justin Taylor did not take tires last stop. Brandon Cotton did, so that shows why Brandon has the pace, but I think Justin Taylor might have an extra set, 1 set more than Brandon. We'll see how that plays out at the end of the race.
Oh, Brandon's dropping it low here. Looking inside.
New tire, what's it going to take for you to send it? We can ride along with Brandon. What's your signal of that? Okay, now is the time where I'm going to go.
I mean, you're gonna do it in 3 and 4. So right here, he's probably gonna try and set up a pass to where he can go low. Yep, he's looking low, pulling along the side of him. Now JT's gonna have a bit of a run coming off the corner here, so it's all gonna. Oh! Oh!
Unbelievable.
Whoa!
Trying to make it happen. Justin Taylor says thanks, but no thanks. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Justin.
See that? Oh man.
Justin immediately came over the comms and apologized for that. That was a wow. That was wow.
We'll see. We'll get him to go slow mo. Here they are, side by side as they come across the line, trying to find the right view. Come on, iRacing, help me out.
Oh. Yeah, it looks like Justin was loose, tires spinning coming off of 4.
Oh yeah, big time. Look at all that
Mm.
Brandon minding his own business. Just a little too heavy on the gas on the loud pedal there. And Brandon locks it up into the safer barrier on the inside. Justin takes the blame for it. That might be a penalty for JT. I don't know how soon it was after a caution, but the CEO of Midwest Motorsports, nobody's perfect. We know that. He definitely apologized on the way back. Unfortunate for JT. Really unfortunate for Brandon Cotton. Let's see where Brandon, he comes into the pits. So he's going to actually be reset. Hopefully he'll be able to use his fast reset. He's going to stay on the lead lap, I hope. And that means Trevor Mack will be the first one to get a lucky dog. See where Michael Samia might get a wave around? Not sure.
Wait, I just heard something. Yep, Trevor McLaughlin just got the lucky dog. Depending on, I didn't get to look at that. Did all the leaders, everybody on the lead lap pit in that time by?
Yes, they did.
So that should give waiver rounds then. I believe Scamilla, Cunningham, and Reinstedel should be on the lead lap now.
Yep. They're going to get wave around. Good call. Maybe not Phelps. Okay, yeah, those three, Samia, Cunningham, and Reinstedel. Man, that's unfortunate for Brandon Cotton. He was in a good spot, but let's see. Based on that, 7.13 just took tires. No repairs. Maybe it's fast repair.
Probably uses pass repair.
Yep, Justin Thaler, JT, decides to take tires. Brandon does not. He's the only one to take tires. Ty Williams, 57-second stop. Gonna make repairs.
Yeah, I wonder if he had some damage to repair. Unless he was issued a 40-second hold for speeding on pit road, which I imagine we would have seen come up in the broadcast, but that's a long time for repairs.
This might put Walker McAnulty in the 12 car in primo position.
Yep. Our wave rounds just got waved around, so looks like Scamilla, Reinstedel. Oh wow, they are not set up just yet.
No, they're not coming around. They're all in the mail. But Barney has pulled in on the pace car. Dustin Reinstedel is the last car in the lead lap and single file behind the top 6. Brandon Thayer on the outside lane may restart. He may restart from the lead, and that means Walker McAnulty going to be on the inside. Let's see if he can ride up in front. Barry Taylor, Jason Huffman in the 4 car. Back on the lead lap. Wow. And I'm glad to hear that 83 is back in the world. So he did not leave. He just got a reset. So way to go, Clarence. Thanks for coming on back. All right. Can't keep a good man down. Looking back, Clarence. All right, Brandon Thayer, your leader in the blue 64. He's throwing it back tonight, throwing it back to himself. I don't know if you caught that, Ant. The paint that he won his first Midwest Motorsports race in. So he's throwing it back to himself. Pretty cool. Say no to racism paint.
Yeah, you gotta look at Eric Thaler there with his throwback paint, Midwest Motorsports, but the paint itself is a throwback back to Mark Martin.
My favorite.
He worked his way up to 3rd place. He's having another strong outing like we talked about. So would you say you have a favorite paint scheme out here tonight on this throwback weekend?
Oh, man, it's hard to pick a favorite. Mark Martin is one of my favorite drivers, only because of the respect he earns and has in the pits from his fellow competitors by racing clean and racing hard. The Jack Roush, number 6, I'll never forget shaking his hand one day. The Cat in the Hat was right beside him. Got to shake both of their hands. So this is one of my favorites, taking me back with the Midwest Motorsports thing. But I got to be honest, Walker McNulty racing plenty of slot cars with him. Walker's paint is pretty awesome as well, just because I know him as a personal friend. As he's now caught up to the leader. But the one with tires is Justin Thaler. We'll see if he can get around those top 3, as they've broken off almost 3/4 of a second.
Oh, Eric making a move.
There he is, the Godfather, moving him up to 2nd. Can he do the double after winning at Indy Friday night? I would not count the Godfather out.
He's had a pretty good weekend at racing so far. The win at Indy, he brought in the
Real good.
Midwest Motorsports Daytona 24 LMP2 with a 2nd place finish. He finished out the race for that. And he's here tonight in 2nd, so we'll see how everything shakes out.
That's right. Paul holding on to P2 right now. His brother, the CEO of Midwest Motorsports, right behind him, and then Walker McNulty, my co-commentator for Friday nights. P4 as Eric rides up on the wall, trying to find a way around Brandon Thayer. Can he do it as he drops inside now?
Ooh, side by side into turn 1. Oh wait, this turn 3. Turn 3, sorry. This is a good place to do it, but you want to have this stuff situated before you get to turn 1 here.
All right, go across the line is a dead even tie. Eric Thaler's giving credit for the lap, and now he slides up into Brandon Thayer. Justin Taylor holds on to third, but Walker McNulty in the 12 car right behind him. New leader, 15. I believe this is the first time he's led laps tonight. Right on for the 15 of Eric Thaler. As Justin goes inside Brandon here for second. Can he hold on to that? Justin Taylor in the Ford Motorcraft number 2. Wood Brothers, you gotta love the Wood Brothers. Team, shout out to all the Midwest Motorsports guys for doing the throwback paint tonight. Eight cars on the lead lap. We're watching the race for third right now between Justin Taylor and Brandon Thayer. Close battle as Ty Williams goes inside. Or maybe not. Awesome racing, a lot can happen. Justin and Sean Cunningham, the 71, took tires this time by last pit stop, so expect to see Justin Taylor making moves as he fights his brother for the lead.
Oh, yeah, that's so. Watching back a little bit into the pack, I know you aren't focused on it, but the lap car of Phelps kind of set up the 4 of Jason Huffman into 1, kind of lost him some speed and pushed him back to Ty Williams. So there's going to be a battle there for position.
Between Huffman and Williams should be coming up, huh?
Yep.
Oh,
Wow. Yep. While your battle for the leads tightened up too, so there's battles all over the track right now.
There's 57, gets out of the way. We're double timing. 57 goes inside the end of the up high. And the 81, you're right, sneaks in. Oh, Huffman 4 cuts him off. Dustin Reinstedel right behind the 81, so don't count him out. As we're riding with the 4. This is Midwest Motorsports iRacing League. Midwest-motorsports.com is where you can find us if you want to come get some of the action. We're back live now, 1-1. Ty Williams still chasing Jason Huffman. Eric Taylor is holding off his brother, Justin Taylor, but only just as once again, Eric goes into the wall. Justin Taylor's got a front row seat.
Yeah, I can only imagine what that voice chat is. Stay out of the wall, I'm following you into it.
Dang it.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you going? Don't knock the wall down. We're trying to pull away. They have almost 3 seconds to Brandon Thayer. Justin Taylor took tires, so Justin Taylor's got a huge tire advantage. How much can you save by following your Ant?
Following? Again, it all depends on your line through 3 and 4, in my opinion. If you're doing an aggressive line, like throttling up a lot through 3 and 4, then you're going to use way more tire. So I think it's more line dependent than how much these guys follow. So, Justin Taylor with the move.
Takes the arc on the inside. See if he can run him up on the outside. That's exactly what I was going to ask you, Ant. At what point do you say I got to go? And Justin Taylor was fed up. He said, now is enough.
Yeah, he must have been getting held up pretty good to put a pass on. Normally, he's content with riding for a little bit. No, Eric up into the wall.
The first time for that, the Darlington stripe.
Oh, 57 must be on new tires. He's getting some runs off of the corners. He's multiple laps down, but that can still affect a race whenever you have a lapper coming up and making moves on lead lap cars. You just hope that, you know, they're comfortable and they can hold a line that way, or they don't make an inopportune pass to throw off your groove.
Yep, JT has pulled out to almost 2 seconds. There's 2 lap cars in between Justin and his brother Eric, almost 2 seconds. Then another almost 4 seconds back to Brandon Thayer in third. And Walker McNulty is approaching his teammate Brandon Thayer. So let's see if Walker can reel Brandon in.
So the lifelong question here, as a race car driver, at what point do you kind of set that gap and cruise instead of continuing to build upon your lead and use your tires up? Is there a point where you just say, okay, 3 seconds is adequate, I'm going to keep that buffer, or do you just keep running it?
Right. That's the question. What do you think? Chad, if you're on the stream, let us know what you think. What you would do different. We're watching the 81 of Ty Williams try to get a position back on Walker McNulty to be inside the top 4. But at what point you give him a little nudge and say, hey, I got to go?
Yep. Green flag pit stops are going to be starting here in the next couple laps. Dustin Reinstedel just pulled on the pit road.
There you go. Still 1 lap down.
Yep.
No longer on a 0x run, so Dustin Reinstedel's got nothing to lose. Brandon Cotton going around Jason Huffman. That's for 6th, and we're riding with Brandon Thayer. 3rd place, but 3 seconds now the lead for Justin Thayer over Eric. This is the leader of the number 2 car.
A lot can happen. There's still 115 laps left in this race.
Coming up on 160. Goodness. 110 laps to go, at least. Ty Williams, Walker McNulty, this battle is heating up. Less than a second apart for these next 4 drivers. Oh, Lordy. Brandon Cotton looking at Walker McNulty now. Darlington track, how much time did you spend on practice? I know you've driven a lot of laps here and in the next gen car. What do you think? How much time did you prepare for today?
Oh man, not much time. Unfortunately, didn't have much time to prepare. Between the Daytona 24 most of the weekend and just today, the hecticness of today. Just got practice in before the race. That was all. Interesting. JT's still pushing it. He's running pretty close to a half a second faster than basically most of the other people in the field.
He took tires last time by, which was lap 135, so we're looking at 165. 3 to 5 more laps, at least for JT. Brandon Thayer's been going a little bit longer. Brandon Thayer was going, as much as 6 or 7 laps longer, but now with the reset, everybody stopped at 135 last time by.
Yeah, you should be seeing pits here in the next 2 laps, I'd say.
That's right. Who's been saving? We will find out as we're watching the number 2 car.
Sean Cunningham, lap down. He's putting down some pretty good laps compared to Justin Thayer. About a tenth or so faster a lap. He's trying to get that lap back the old-fashioned way.
Justin, into the wall. Sean Cunningham. There's Eric Thaler.
Justin's in the pits. Looks like Eric's going to stretch it another lap.
Right on. Getting that Darlington stripe one more time. Getting the Darlington stripe smoothed out.
Yep. Along with that, you have the 81 and the 99 also pitting in.
Sour Patch Kids Ghost number 99 throwback to the Kellogg's Mark Martin paint. That was the COT, right, Ant? The COT era
Oh, yeah.
when Mark
Funny.
Martin made this paint.
Funny, we were talking about the COT in the practice session prior to the race. We were just going through some of the older car models, and that came up.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's about how the conversation went.
Yeah. But, I mean, at the time, I thought it was cool because I'm a road racing fan. It looked more like a race car instead of a sedan, but NASCAR is all about sedans. Picking up groceries. Of course, I'm being silly, but it's all good. All right, Eric Taylor's in. Jason Huffman's in. Let's see, Sean Cunningham takes tires in the 71. Brandon Cotton from the lead decides to pit, which leaves Walker McNulty out. Can he do an overcut? He did not take tires last time. 7.1 was his pit stop. Let's see. Justin Taylor did not take tires this time at 164. Did. Michael Samia did. So Walker decides to stay out so far. He's got, let's see, he did not take tires last time. I hope he takes tires this time.
Yeah, he's going to be pitting here in the next lap or two, I'd say.
Does he take tires? We will find out. Walker McNulty, your current race leader, being hunted down by Justin Taylor. Oh no, 71 hit the water barrels at pit in.
Oh.
That's unfortunate for 71. He'll take 2 Advil and call us in the morning. Walker McNulty stays out. 22 seconds. He's almost got a lap on everybody. Let's see how far Walker can go. This is a strong showing by Walker McNulty. Let's go. We're coming down on
Here
100.
it comes.
Walker McNulty says 12 pitting this time by. We'll see where he comes out. Justin Taylor did not take tires. Let's see if Walker McNulty takes tires, but Eric, the Godfather, did take tires. Remember, Justin did not. So last time Justin did, so this time he didn't. We'll see. Eric Taylor's going to have fresher tires. Justin's got a second stint on his tires. Everybody else behind him on the lead lap is going to have freshies. And Walker McNulty is making his way down the pit lane as JT comes around start-finish line to take the lead. Walker finally makes the stop.
Looks like Walker is putting on tires.
Tires for Walker. He did not last time, so that explains that. Let's see where he comes out. Walker's on his way out. In front of Trevor. Nope, not anymore. P9 for Walker. But he's in the catbird seat as far as tires go. Let's see if he can stay in front of Justin Taylor. Where's Justin? Walker is lap
Oh,
9.6.
Justin's right behind him.
Justin is 170.6. So yes, barely on the lead lap, but Walker did take tires. Justin Taylor did not, so Walker should pull away, but he's almost a full lap behind. So your leader is the number 2 Ford Motorcraft Wood Brothers Throwback. Thanks to everybody for joining us on YouTube. Give us a like while you're here. Even if you don't like it, give us a like. It doesn't hurt. Maybe if you give us a like, that means you like Ant Caster, and you don't necessarily have to like it for me. It's all good. We're having fun. Thanks a lot for joining me, Ant.
Yeah, no problem. So it's looking like on his outlap, Walker ran a 29.936. Justin's running about anywhere from a 30.1 to a 30.3, so we'll round it up to about 30. We'll go high here. We'll say 30 and a half average over his run here. So barring any massive fall off. So he's looking at about anywhere from a half to 0.6 of a second. Now, he keeps running those laps. Walker just picked it up a little, 29.7, so 0.7 faster than JT that time by. So he's definitely going to start pulling away and increasing that gap, but will it pay off is the question. Walker was doing a lot of saving there towards the end, saved about 4 laps of fuel. And if he picks up his pace, it's kind of going to offset that fuel saving that he did. So I don't know. Maybe he's going to try and build that gap up and then start saving again. We'll see how it plays out.
Well, so far, Dustin Rhinestale did a good job of getting his lap back. He stays in front of Justin Taylor for a lap, I believe. All right, so is Justin on the same lap? Michael Samia? Nope, he's not.
So it looks like
where's Walker? I mean, where's Dustin in relation to
Dustin is just behind him, so he's just exiting 4. So he's about half a straight stretch behind JT.
So Dustin is 1 lap down to Justin.
Yep. If he catches Justin, which the lap times are indicating that he will, Dustin's running about 3 to 4 tenths faster than Justin per lap. So here in about a handful of laps, Dustin should catch JT and be able to get his lap back the old-fashioned way.
First, though. Michael Samia is showing the first car lap down as he is right on the tail of Justin Taylor. If I'm reading this right, please correct me if I'm wrong. I know my timing shows Dustin ahead of Michael, but Michael.
So, yeah, what I'm seeing, you're correct. What I'm seeing is Mike Scamilla is 2 laps down, so he's getting ready to take his lap back.
To be 1 lap, same lap.
Yep. Yep, and Dustin is 1 lap down, and he's looking to get back on the lead lap.
Michael Samia is the first of the cars 2 laps down.
That's correct.
And there he goes, inside Justin Taylor, Michael Samia, our guest tomorrow night. Well, that's got to make you feel good when you can pass the leader and unlap yourself, even if it's for, 11th place, 10th place. Just to have the pace and go by the leader, especially the CEO of Midwest Motorsports, that's got to make you feel good, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Anytime you can pass the leader to get a lap back, it feels good. Now Mike Scamilla is just hoping that Dustin can get around him, and if a caution comes out, that puts Mike Scamilla in a good position.
Right. Riding with JT now almost 2 seconds in front of his brother. You got Dustin Rhinestale in between them. How cool would it be to have a Thaler 1-2? As we're less than 100 laps to go now. The Thaler brothers both pitted about 164, 165. So they're on the same strategy. Actually, they're off strategy for tires. Eric Thaler should be catching Justin. We'll see.
Yeah, Eric is running about a second faster than Justin right now, so they're going to get caught here soon.
Tires.
Ooh.
There's Dustin.
Yeah, that hurts Dustin right there because Eric, assuming the lead's going to keep him a lap down.
Dustin's still in line for the lucky dog. But Eric, the Godfather, has caught his brother, and I wouldn't sit. I would say, hey, bro, we're opposite strategies. Let me go. See if you can catch up. Try to stay with me, but I'm faster. Don't force me to do a bump and run here at Darlington.
Yeah, especially with Ty Williams running pretty comparable lap times to Eric Thaler, both of them right around the 29.5 mark. You definitely want to get around JT and not sit there and let that gap close.
There he goes. Adios, muchacho. We'll see you at the showers after the race. I am taking over. Brandon Cotton with the purple lap, 29.2. That's a rocket.
Oh, that's fast.
That's a rocket ship. 29.5, fastest car on the track right now.
Dustin's back into the pits.
The 11 car comes in. Couldn't do it without you. Thanks again, Matt. I said it before, I'll say it again. Appreciate you coming in.
Not a problem.
I think I've talked about everybody's throwback. Walker, Trevor, Eric, Clarence, JK, Brandon.
Yeah, it looks like Dustin's throwing on a set of shoes. Or maybe he's thinking he can do a undercut on the leaders to
Yep.
get his lap back next pit cycle.
Yeah, but he really needs to go. So we're looking for the money lap, right? Going to be lap 245. You can make it to the end. I'd like to have tires. So from there, it's 215. And 85 to 215 is 30 laps. So Dustin Reinsettle is counted backwards. 215 is my money lap for Dustin. And then 245 should get you to 275. Let's go. See how that works? See what I did there, Ant?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think you're still cutting it just a smidge close. But I mean, you'd have to do some saving to get that extra lap out of it. Your tank of fuel is 29 right now if you're running regular. We've seen Walker stretch it to 30.
Coming up on Justin Taylor. For second, we'll see what happens.
Looks like Justin's pitting in right now. He's probably begging for a set of tires.
Right, totally.
Yeah. Brandon Cotton just assumed second. Ty Williams moved to third. Brandon Cotton's still about
Got him.
7.8 seconds back from Eric, so looks like Brandon Cotton's running about 30 flat compared to what Eric's running right now, a 30.7. I don't know if he had traffic torque around or not. If there was a lapse there in coverage, we apologize. There was a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we are back calling the race for you.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks to everybody for joining us on the new home of Midwest Motorsports, our Midwest Motorsports YouTube page. Shout out to Josh Watt, Race Control, for making it happen.
And I approve of this message.
Man, make it happen. Ty Williams in from third place for a stop. Here he comes.
Eric Thaler coming in to give up the lead to Brandon Cotton. So heck of a comeback for Brandon, going from getting into that accident off of Ford back to the lead.
Remember, Ian Justin Thaler got crossed up. The yellow was thrown right away, and Brandon was able to come in and fast repair it, clear some damage, get a fresh set of tires, and not go too far back.
And Dustin just laid a blistering lap.
Look at the rocket ship go 29.1. Fastest car on the track. Can anybody catch 11?
Yeah, this is what we talked about. He's hoping to undercut Justin and Eric and get his lead or get back on the lead lap. So he's going to run as fast as he can with this clean air to hopefully hop the leaders and get back on the lead lap.
The University of Pikeville, Kentucky golf coach is showing us how it's done at Darlington. Currently running P10. Fastest lap of the race, 29.1. Qualified second. All right, Ant, here's a little trivia for you. Got any idea of who won the first race in September of 1950 in a 1950 Plymouth?
Oh, no idea, buddy. Go ahead.
I only know because Racing Reference, thank you, Racing Reference. Johnny Mance, never heard of him. 75 cars entered the race. Holy moly. And a 1950 Plymouth. Average speed was 75.2. All good.
Now,
$25,000 purse for everybody.
this track hasn't been through any major changes. It's always been this layout, right? This configuration, the banking into the corners, the jutting out walls and such. Because I couldn't imagine that many cars on this track.
Well, okay, so the track allegedly earned the moniker the Lady in Black because the night before the race, track maintenance would cover the entire track with asphalt sealer in the early years of the speedway. The track too tough to tame, the drivers could run lap after lap and then bounce off the wall the following lap, so they have to race the track. The Darlington stripe, thanks to missing paint on the right rear of the car, but there's a lake, a pond, I should say, on one end, which is why the arc in turns 3 and 4 is a tighter radius to avoid the pond, because when they built the track, the farm property owners said do not mess with the pond. So there you go. It's a minnow pond at the west side of the property. Now they did change it. It used to be turn 1 and 2. Now it's turn 3 and 4. So I don't know if that answers your question, but otherwise the radius and the banking has still stayed the same since its inception in first race since 1950. Yeah. Good question. All right.
Interesting. It's looking like Dustin was able to undercut the leaders to get his lap back. Looking at it, as soon as Walker pits in, that should give him his lap back and concede the lead to Eric, who is behind Dustin. So pretty interesting strategy take here. We'll see how it plays out for him on the rest of the race.
Here's Trevor McLaughlin inside of Dustin now. Trevor gets by. They both put tires. So Dustin Ronstadt lets him go. It could be the race for the lead when they all said enough. No, I think Eric and Justin are still going to be fighting for the lead. 1 second apart. We'll get back to Eric and Justin. It's Trevor. Whoa. Gets wide. I don't know if that was Dustin giving him a push or.
Nah, I think he got loose coming off the corner there. Kind of like JT coming off the corner. He just lit up the rear tires. Fortunately, he's able to catch it.
Yeah, she got loose off that corner.
Mike Tamia lets us know. Sometimes she gets loose off of that corner. And Trevor Mack loses some time to Dustin. Michael Samia comes into pit.
Got the 12 car coming into pit.
Makes his announcement. Dustin Reinstedel gets his lap back. He's not in the lead yet. But once Walker comes down, Eric makes his way around. That's going to put Dustin Reinstedel. See where he shows up. The Godfather being shown as the leader. With the 5 car, Brandon Cotton showing 7 seconds back. Justin Taylor right on his tail of 0.4. So this could be the race for second. Shaping up. Walker pits.
Yeah, these two. Brandon Cotton and Justin are both running similar lap times right now. A 29.3 for Cotton last time around and a 29.3 for Justin.
29.0 for Brandon Cotton takes over the purple lap. Justin Taylor right on his tail. losing ground. The gap slowly getting bigger from Justin to Brandon Cotton. But Eric Thaler holding on to an 8-second lead. Let's see if that gap is shrinking or getting bigger. Congrats to Eric. Can Eric pull the double after winning Indy? Remember, 2:15 is my money lap. That's what Dustin Reinstedt was going for. Maybe 2:16. Okay, Ant. All right, I'll give you a lap. Give you an insurance lap.
Justin Taylor coming into the pits. Seems like he was just on pit road not that long ago.
Right. You can't make it from here, so why are you stopping now? I don't understand this, Justin. Unless you had some damage. Why? What do you know that I don't? Well, lots of stuff, but it's not too late, I guess.
Yeah, it's only 15 laps ago he was on pit road.
And you can't make it all the way from here, right?
I don't believe so. You'd be looking at... no. Nope, he'd be 5 laps short.
Yeah.
Unless he's able to stretch 2 pit stops, 5 laps out, 2 pit stops.
Right. Well,
But even then, that's close.
Right. I mean, come in 15 from now, so you got 22, 42, 242, and then make it all the way to 275. I don't know. You can split it halfway from here. All good. Interested?
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that will look like Justin hitting the wall. So it's just I think Dustin Reinstedt also came in just now. Yep, Dustin's just leaving pit road.
All good. Like I say, don't take the hats to victory lane. Jason Huffman still waiting to make his final stop. 192. Nobody can go all the way from here. But we're past my money stop to make it, and 1 stop after that. So everybody's on 2 stops from here. Well, 1 stop and then finish, 2 stints. It's all good. Don't let me confuse you. We're racing. Our guys, our Midwest Motorsports League, so much fun. Sign-ups are always free and always open. Midwest-motorsports.com is where you can find us. Cup Series could always use some more entries. What's the minimum I rating here, Ant, to be signed up for Midwest Motorsports Cup?
I believe we're just looking for a maximum I rating of 25, no more than 2,500.
Right on.
Going back to something you said though recently here. Are we thinking that Justin and Dustin can make it on 1 more stop?
I think from here they can make it on 1 more stop, yes.
Yeah, I think
33.
they're looking at
Yep.
206, 207. 206. 206 is where Justin pitted in.
I think it's about 5 laps short, I think. On 1 stop.
I think we're on the same page there. I'll have to ask him after the race what he was aiming for there.
Here there's 1 more stop, so I think Justin Taylor's going to have to stop again. And he is currently being shown 1 lap down in 7th. Justin and Walker on the same lap. But Eric Taylor, the 15, is your leader.
Yeah, Eric Taylor's still running some pretty good laps. 29.9, basically a 30. Brandon Cotton right behind him with a 29.7, 8.2 seconds back. So Eric's probably managing that lead a little bit.
Bouncing off the wall like we've known to come to know and love from Eric. Get that Darlington stripe going.
I think the thought process there is if you shave enough paint off the right side, it makes it more aerodynamic. So Eric Taylor's still out in the lead here. Still pulling an 8.8 second lead over Brandon Cotton here in second. Jason Huffman pulling a third place finish right now. So he's looking at podium right now, but we still have a good ways to go to change this. But he's 22 seconds back. Brandon Thayer 24 back in fourth place. Trevor McLaughlin 29 seconds back in fifth place, and Ty Williams just went one lap down. So back in sixth place. From sixth place back to eighth, one lap down. Ninth, 10th, or 2 laps down, and then from there you start to fall off 6 laps and out of the race. So Eric Taylor just has it in cruise control at the moment. Running a nice consistent line, trying not to use up his tires, trying to keep it planted under him so the stuff doesn't get too bent out of shape.
Yeah, as long as you bounce it off the Darlington stripe, doesn't hurt too bad. But putting it on him 8 seconds in front of second place Brandon Cotton, third place Jason Huffman. Brandon Thayer, look out for the 64. He is making a move on the number 4. They both took tires. Brandon Thayer, 4 laps fresher tires. So the blue car, 64, Brandon Thayer is 4 laps fresher tires. Can he reel in the 4 Yazoo Racing Toyota right in front of him? We'll see.
Nope, Forrest pitting in, so he's gonna make it easy on him.
Yeah, that's that. Still can't make it from here. You got to stop one more time after this if you pit now. So we're looking for 2:45 now is the money stop.
So
Your aunt.
Eric should be coming in here in the next 2 laps, I would say. So he should be able to go all out, no fuel saving at all, because he's going to have to make one more stop regardless.
Yeah. He does have almost an 8-second gap. If he can stretch it. Nope, he's in. You're right. Foot on the floor. No need to try to outsmart yourself. Brandon Cotton in the 5. His last stop was 196. I'm sorry, 195. So he's got to be coming in 225, 2 or 3 more laps. Short on fuel. Ty Williams in.
So something we want to look out for here, and I don't know if he can do it. That's why I want to keep an eye on this. But Walker pitted in at 2:04. So if he's able to stretch 34 laps, 35 laps, he might be close.
Crosses the line for 224. Can he go 6 more laps? Some slot car sponsors here. I see Kelly Tires on the hood. Kelly Racing tires. Let me see if I can get a rear chase. I know that decal. I didn't recognize it until now.
Oh yeah, he's in fuel saving now. He's running up near 31 seconds, 31 and a half last time around. He's going to try and stretch his tank. If he can get the kind of fuel saving he was doing earlier in the race, he's going to try and stretch it to about lap 240.
Brandon Cotton comes in. There it is, Kelly Racing rubber. Some of the best slot car rubber in the business. Kelly Retros work almost everywhere. Kelly Wonder rubber, close second, depending on the track. Good to see slot car sponsors making it to his paint on the throwback week.
Yeah.
Here's Brandon Cotton chasing Brandon Thayer. That puts Brandon Thayer back. And let's see.
Oh, that was a shot to the wall.
Yep.
Brandon Thayer.
He's going to feel that one in the morning. He is the leader currently. Last pitted at 196. Can he go to 230? Nope. Nope. He's going to need 4 laps. Eric Taylor last stopped at 222.
He's going to have to make one more stop.
Yeah.
I think you'll probably see Eric come in right around 250. Probably right around the 250 area.
Eric took tires last time. All right. Brandon Thayer is stopped once again. Trevor Mack in the pits. Oh, 44 seconds. 45 seconds for Trevor Mack. That's not a good pit time for him. Something happened. Damage repair, maybe? For Trevor Mack?
I'd probably say damage repair. You're looking at 7 seconds for a full tank fuel. So if you had a 40-second speeding penalty, it'd be a 40-second hold. But if the math doesn't add up there, he's probably fixing damage.
That's a bummer for Trevor Mack. He was having a good run. Look at this. The brothers Thaler running 1 and 2. And you can make it to the end from here. If you ask me, if you ask Ant, you got to go one more lap. You're looking at 6 cars on the lead lap.
I think you're going to have to go a couple more laps. I mean, we have 275 laps in this race. We're at lap 230. You're getting about 30 laps of fuel tank. You're probably want to try and stretch it to about 245, if not a little bit more.
Oh, that's right. We're at 265. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. We still got a couple more laps here.
That's what I said. Remember? 245.
Yep. 245, I think, is 240 and 245. Sorry.
245.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see how this. I think you and I are both still in agreement, though, that Justin Thaler, and I believe it was Mike Scamilla, pitted just a little bit too early.
Can they get to 45 from 207? I don't think so.
Yeah, Brandon Cotton, like a heat-seeking missile on to Justin Thaler here. Justin's coming down the pit.
Just, of course, as I cut to him.
Oh, yeah. Eric's running some consistent hot laps here. 29.3. Brandon Cotton, last time around was 29.7. We'll see what he clocks this time. All right, so they're trading. These two are trading laps here. So Eric is 29.6 this time around, and Brandon Cotton 29.4. So they're running close, but there's a 9-second gap there. So Cotton's going to have to make some big gaps here in lap times to make up that difference.
Yep. I don't know. That's a big ask. 9 seconds behind Eric, the Godfather.
Yep. Walker just went a lap down to Eric. It's looking like he'd have to stretch another 6 laps or 5 laps in order to get to lap 275. And that's stretching it to 275. So I don't know if this strategy is going to work out tonight on the fuel saving side.
245 is the magic number. 246 if you're.
Yep. So we're here within 10 laps. 10 laps of that magic number. Again, Walker, we're saying 240 for Walker because I believe we seen earlier in the race he stretched 35 laps on a tank. So it's doable, but you give up a lot of time on the track. So like right now he's running 32 seconds compared to the leader who's running 29 and a half. So you're
looking at the lap.
Yeah, you're giving up a lot of time, and we talked about this on the cool down lap. If you want to flip that fuel saving strategy and make it to where people can't do it, you have to put down some fast lap times and lap them. And that's what we're seeing here tonight. We have 3 cars on the lead lap currently. Brandon Thayer being the last one. Looks like he's just getting ready to fall Eric Thaler. They're within 6 car lengths of each other. So Eric's probably going to play it smart, get to him, and find a reasonable place to pass, because I believe Brandon Thayer should be. Nah, he just pitted about 10 laps ago. So.
Got one more stop. Everybody's got one more stop. The question is, when Eric Taylor Brandon Cotton just in front of him is on the same lap, but Eric is leading, so flip-flop him. Brandon Thayer's the last car on the lead lap. So Eric Taylor is almost a lap on third place. Justin Taylor's nowhere.
Walker was able to stretch it. He's coming around this time to pit in. So very interested in seeing if this strategy is going to pay off. In my opinion, right now, I don't think it will, because he's going to be hemorrhaging time on the track. So he's got a top 5 right now. Let's see if he can hold it using this strategy.
Speaking of hold it, don't forget, we started this race at 7:30 after qualifying. We're over 2 hours, 15 minutes into the race. How big is your bladder? Speaking of hold it, I'd be making a run to the restroom. We might have to hold off the driver interviews after the race to let everybody go to the restroom and relieve themselves. You got a bladder as big as your fuel tank.
Yeah, that was discussed in the admin chat before we started the race. Everybody's like, all right, use your bathroom breaks now.
Right? Totally.
All right, what are we looking at here? Eric Thaler. Hey, he's running similar lap times to Brandon Thayer, so he's not going to push the subject on lapping him. It looks like all 3 in the top 3 are running about similar lap times, 29.6s. So Eric's just got it on cruise control right now, trying to get to that next pit marker here anywhere in the next 10 laps. You'll see him come in.
Right with Brandon Cotton, you can see Dustin Reinstedel giving Brandon the outside lane. Total respect for Dustin Reinstedel. Thank you, Dustin. That is a huge sign of respect to your fellow racer. They're on completely different races. Dustin knows it. Brandon Cotton knows it. Still a lot of racing left, so no reason to be rude about it. Dustin Reinsettle currently 6th. His race is with Justin Thaler, as Justin Thaler is now on a lap of his own. Cranking him down. His battles with Jason Huffman. 20 seconds up the road.
Yeah, looks like Justin's running about a second faster than Jason. So if they keep up that metric, about 20 laps from now, we'd have a battle. But we're going to start seeing some green flag pit stops here before long. So it's probably going to shake up some things, and we'll see who has a set of tires to throw on here at the end.
3rd through 5th on the same lap. Top 2 on a lap of their own. If I'm reading it correctly, I've been wrong before. Here they are catching up with Walker McAnulty, your race leader, the 15 of Eric Thaler. He's got the 64, Brandon Thayer. Right in front, Walker McNulty into safer barrier, does a good job of staying high. Thank you, Walker. Not over for Walker yet. Let the race play out.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's on the fuel saving strategy, correct?
Yes, sir. Walker is.
Yep.
And push it from lap 239, 240. So looking for a 35 lap run for Walker. I don't know. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough.
Yeah, if you stop now, you can make it. That's it. So you got to stop now. Sean Cunningham's in the pits.
Yeah, my graphic is showing McNulty 3 laps down. So,
yep.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Even if they pit, I don't think you're getting 3 laps back running a fuel saving. He might be. I don't know. That's a tough strategy to get into now. It's one of those ones where I guess you follow it, and if it doesn't work, you're kind of stuck with it.
Live by the sword to die by the sword. That cautions came out just at an opportune time for some guys.
Yeah, back to back to back.
Yeah. But you got to run the race. Some awesome racing here. Midwest Motorsports. Midwest-motorsports.com is where you can find us. When will Eric come in for his money stop, his final stop?
He's coming in.
Now he says 15 pitting in this time. All right. Brandon Cotton and the 5. There's Jason Huffman also coming in. Not far at all behind Eric. Let's see where Justin Thaler comes in. He's racing Jason Huffman. Can he stay out and do an overcut here? I'm all about it. If you got fuel, Justin, stay out. 232, you can make it to about 260, which is 15 to go. It's another 10 laps. JT can go for 10 more laps. Can Justin make it to 15 laps to go? We'll see.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if he'd be better off just pitting in now. That way you have less to put in the fuel tank.
If you go longer, you'd have less to put in the fuel tank, I think, right?
True, you'd be putting less in, but now you'd just be topping the tank off. I guess.
Yeah.
Tomatoes, tomatoes.
Yeah. Either way, you're going to need about the same amount of fuel. Well, I don't know. I'll let the racers sort it out. We'll find out. Justin can go to lap 261, let's say, which is
10 laps from now.
19 to go. Yep. Wait, 10 laps to go? Yeah, 13. 13 to go.
Yep.
Let's see. Brandon Cotton last stopped at 224. When does he stop? Brandon Thayer, 227.
Brandon Cotton just coming in.
5 coming in pit this time by.
Interested in seeing if Eric took tires or not. Take a look at that. Oh, he did.
He did.
4 tires, yep. Brandon Cotton's just taken off pit road. Eric is just coming out of, oh. No, Brandon Cotton's just hitting his box. He's putting tires on now. Just leaving the pit. So, you're going to be looking at about, and right where it was, about a 9 to 10 second lead here for Brandon Cotton, or sorry, Eric Thaler over Brandon Cotton.
Coming up on Dustin Reinstedel is the 64 of Brandon Thayer. Oh, tough break for the 57. Drive through black flag for speeding in the pits. That's going to hurt. Do you see the pits times down at the bottom? Current your leader, Brandon Thayer, last stop was 2:27.
Yeah, there's no way he's stretching this. Right?
No way. No.
Yeah. That's a lot of, that's 38 laps.
Yep. 257 to 275 is 16, 17, 18, 19. He's pitting any minute now. 19, so he's got to be on fumes. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, tell us what you think. Who's got the strategy right? Is Brandon Thayer, the 64 comes in. That's going to put the 15 back out front. And one of the coolest paint throwbacks in the history of NASCAR. Mark Martin, the Valvoline icon.
Oh, look at this. Mike Scamilla is pulling, it looks like he's getting ready to, if he could play his cards right here, he could overtake Thayer for a 3rd place.
Teammate. I don't know if he can go all the way. 231.
He'd have to be saving quite a bit.
See, which is like 15 to go. You got 3 more laps. But let's see if he can crank out some fast laps. Michael Samia is not slow. Brandon Thayer does not take tires. 9-second stop for Brandon Thayer as he fills up full fuel load. No mistakes on pit lane for Brandon Thayer. Still holding on to position 3.
Wait a second here. Brandon Thayer took right sides.
Right on. Same amount of time it takes to stop for fuel.
Yeah, that's interesting. Gets him out right in front of Mike Scamilla. Interesting strategy. I know those, if there's a lot of difference between the rights and the lefts, like a lot of wear difference, it's a little unsettled the first handful of laps.
Right on. The godfather of Midwest Motorsports takes the lead. Look at Nick. He's chiming in on YouTube saying he says he'd make the extra stop and run hard, flat out. Be on offense rather than defense. Nick likes to drive fast with your foot on the floor. I'm with you, Nick. $15 to go this time by. We've been at it since 7:30. It is now 9:53. 2 hours and 23 minutes. It's a long time in your sim rig. The ladders are full. Mine included. Ty Williams, fastest lap of the race so far. Last time by 29:03. Ty Williams hauling the mail.
They're getting quicker.
What can he do? From P9. Took tires last time at 250. So he's good to go. Don't count Ty Williams out. He can run flat out like Nick said. He does have to get around JT Justin Thaler. Justin is good to go. 254 for his last stop. But he's got the 81 hunting him down just behind. Don't go anywhere. Do not take the hats to victory lane yet. Michael Samia in and now out for P6. He's got Dustin Rice still out on his tail. Dustin gets by. Just barely. It's the rainbow car of Michael Samia right behind. So Dustin Rice now got to hunt down Dustin Taylor.
Looks like Mike Scamilla just did a splash and go, no tires.
Nope. I'm just gonna put my foot on the floor and I'm not lifting till I see God or a checkered flag.
That's Mike Samia chiming in. Sean Cunningham Fitz from the 71. P13. Eric Thaler. Your current leader. 11 seconds. He's good to go to the end over Brandon Cotton. Dustin Reinstedel is not a battle for position. Look at Jason Huffman. P4 fighting with Brandon Thayer, but Jason Huffman in the Gazoo Racing. Toyota. Holding on to a strong P4. 7 seconds back from Brandon Thayer. And Jason Huffman has the tire advantage over Brandon. So 7 seconds to Brandon Thayer. 7 seconds and 9 laps. Can he do it? Last laps. Almost identical lap times for third and fourth. Justin Thaler, 29.3, turning the fast laps.
He's trying to track down Huffman.
Yeah.
So there's about half a track between the two.
Inside 10 laps to go. 8 laps now for your leader, Eric Thaler, counting them down. No need for Eric to put any fight up for anybody. Let Brandon lift and coast. Let this guy go.
That's unsettling whenever you're going into a corner like that and you see those cars laps down come up and right behind you.
Especially the 57. He is, ooh, Lordy, 9 laps down. Let him go. That's the boy, Eric. Next car is Trevor Mack. Your leader is the 15 car. Second line behind the orange car, the Midwest Motorsports throwback paint of Mark Martin, the Valvoline. Michael Samia and Ty Williams having a battle. This is for position. 7th and 8th on the road. Ty Williams pulls away. Ty Williams took tires, Michael did not, so Ty's got a tire advantage. Can tire hunt down 8 seconds to Dustin? I don't think so. 5 to go now. 5 laps to go. Brandon Cotton on Dustin Reinstedel. Again, not for position.
Do you have the gap between Justin and Jason?
5 cars on the lead lap. Justin and Jason are 7 seconds apart. The interval 7.3 seconds from Thaler to Huffman.
That's gonna be pretty much insurmountable at this point.
Yep, 4 to go. Huffman going down the back stretch into turn 3. Justin Thaler just now barely coming out of turn 2. That's the gap. It's Thaler The Motorcraft Ford hits the wall on the exit. Brandon Thayer, 8 seconds in front of Huffman. So Brandon Thayer in the 64, very strong third position. Look at him go.
He's moving. Eric's just in cruise control.
Yeah. Eric, 0.8 of a lap in front of second place, Brandon Cotton, and third place, Brandon Thayer. Coming to the white. What a race. Thanks to everybody for joining in. Don't forget to give us a like before you hit the interviews tonight. But Eric Thaler is hitting the white flag lap. White flag for Eric. Brandon Cotton will be the second car around. Then Brandon Thayer, but up front, it's all Eric Thaler in the 15. The godfather of Midwest Motorsports, getting it done. And here he is on the throwback night, the 15 car of Eric Thaler, bringing the Midwest Motorsports colors all the way home. And he does it one more time, another win for my man, Eric Thaler, with the win. Brandon Cotton's going to bring it home second in the number 5 throwback. Third place, Brandon Thayer in the Say No to Racism, number 64. Throwing back to his very first win in the Midwest Motorsports League. But up front, Eric Thaler with the home of Midwest Motorsports on his deck lid. The new YouTube stream. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Let everybody get their thoughts together as they come to the line. And you want to call down the racing line as we go to the finish results?
Sure. So we have Eric Thaler in the number 15 taking home first place here. Brandon Cotton in the 5, second place. Brandon Thayer with a 64 car in third. Jason Huffman, fourth place in the 4 car. That works out well. Justin Thaler in the 2 car. He comes home 5th. Dustin Reinstedt on the 11, 6th. Ty Williams bringing home a 7th place finish in that 81 car. Mike Scamilla with an 8th place finish. Don't forget, he's our guest tomorrow on the cool down lap, driving that 3 car. Walker McNulty on the fuel saving strategy brings it home in 9th in that 12 car. Trevor McLaughlin of the 99 brings it home 10th to round up top 10. Honorable mentions, 11th place, Phelps in the 57. 12th place, Clarence Prince in the 83. 13th, Sean Cunningham in the 71. My car didn't make it to the finish. 14th place for the 8 car, and Aaron Holroyd also had to bow out early. 15th place for the 73 car.
What an awesome night for Darlington Throwback Week. Trying to get Brandon Thayer in here from third place. Thanks to everybody for joining in. If you're new to YouTube, go ahead and give us a like and a follow while you're here, while we try to wait for Brandon Thayer. Once again, one of the longest races, over 2.5 hours now. I'm sure everybody's got to make a run to the facility. So we'll give Brandon just a little bit more time here. But Ant, thanks again for joining me. I'm sorry about the issues you had. We all have issues every now and then, but yeah, what do you think?
I thought it was a great race. I mean, the track, I'm sure each one of these guys that joined in here are going to agree that this track is probably one of the funnest tracks to run on the circuit. It's technical, it's fun, and it makes you work for it. So looks like you got Thayer in here, so I'll let you take away the interview.
I do. Hey, Brandon Thayer, thanks for joining us, man. Congratulations on one of the longest races of the season, man. First of all, you have any circulation left in your legs? And man, what a great race. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, after doing the 24 hours of Daytona last night and yesterday and this race today, I'm mentally beat. I'll tell you what.
You wouldn't know it by your racing, man. were able to do the math just right, even after a long race. So, were you counting down the laps for fuel? What was your strategy coming in? Did you save tires for that last stop?
I did save tires and fuel. I was about 4 or 5 laps to the good actually by the time we came across the checkered, but the entire race, it was just a matter of trying to do the math in my head right, trying to save some tires. I knew I wasn't the fastest, so I knew if I was going to have a shot at a good finish, it would have to be on strategy. Unfortunately, I didn't have any time to practice, so the only practice I got was the Midwest happy hour earlier today. But it was a ton of fun. It was my first time actually running this track. My teammates definitely helped me a ton. Trevor, Mike, and Walker, they helped me out so much to stay focused and to keep my head in the game. It was tough trying to keep concentration after being so tired.
Well, you wouldn't know it. So this is a shout out to your very first Midwest Motorsports win, if I read that correctly.
No, this isn't. I didn't win. I got third.
This is I know you third tonight, but your paint. I'm talking about your throwback paint.
Oh, my paint. Oh, yeah. I haven't won in the Cup Series before, but it is a throwback to my first ever paint that I used.
Okay, right on. Maybe I misread the form right. I had a lot going on when I read it. But yeah, congratulations. I think we can all get behind the Say No to Racism motto. And tonight, man, you brought it home third at one of the longest races of the season. Thanks. Congratulations once again for a great podium. Second one in a row, man. Platinum Elite looking pretty good.
Actually, third one in a row. I'm on a good streak here. but
Look out.
well done, Eric and Brandon. They both had excellent races as well.
Yeah, right on. So did you. Congrats on a great race, Brandon. We'll look for you in the chat. And as always, don't forget to tune into the cool down lap tomorrow night. Congrats on a great race.
Thank you so much, James.
That's Brandon Thayer. Third place tonight. Second place was Brandon Cotton in the number 5. If I can figure out how to get him off mute, it'll take me just half a second. Brandon, you did it, man. Lots of hard work. You were in pursuit the whole night. What was it like keeping your cool, trying to get the strategy right and just run your own race?
I'll tell you, James, that with that race being as long as what it was, I was just hoping to make it to the end in one piece. I knew we had a lot of stops to be made and several sets of tires, and I tried to save as much as I could early. That way I could burn the tires up in the later part of the race. And I think the 15 had the same strategy as I did, and it looked like we were pretty neck and neck there for a while. Got a little roughed up there in the middle of the race, had to use my fast repair and get her lined back out, but then it was just kind of trying to charge back to the front.
Right on. And you got anything for Brandon Thayer? Brandon Cotton?
Brandon, it's been interesting the last couple of races, man. You started, I want to say it was at least 4 races ago. You were bringing that fuel strategy race, and kind of running your own kind of race. And it just seems like these last 2 races, man, you're up front battling for position for a majority of the race. So are you kind of picking and choosing what races you want to employ this fuel strategy, or are you just kind of changing up kind of how you feel when you practice?
Yeah, it's a track by track basis. I knew Darlington track positions key, and if I could qualify up towards the front, I was going to try to stay up towards the front the best I could, and it worked out to where I was there. And I knew it would be difficult to save some fuel on this track. I knew I could in 1 and 2 easier than 3 and 4, but I felt the need to just go ahead and try to push it and stay up front if I could.
You picked a great track to stay up front. This is definitely one of the harder ones to pass at with the tight corners, and 3 and 4 we did see that with you and Justin battling there and him lighting up the rear tires and coming down into you. So again, hard track to pass at, and you picked a good strategy tonight to get you second place.
Yeah, it was great racing. Justin, he apologized to me, but I told him, I said, hey, that was hard racing. We'd been side by side several times there, and that's just one of those deals that this track gets tight, and you can easily get loose, especially hitting that bump off of 4. So just great racing.
Exactly.
I cannot agree more, man. Congrats, Brandon, on a great race. Always know that your math is going to be on point, and tonight was no different. Congratulations on a great show.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I'm going to go ask my legs down.
Yeah, that's right. All right. And winner, chicken dinner. Second time this weekend, Eric Thaler brings home the Midwest Motorsports sweep. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks, James. They seem to come in two lately.
Yeah, right. Well, you never know. It's gonna be the time to break the trend and go for 3 next week. Well,
Yeah.
congrats. How did your race play out, man? Your math was definitely much better than mine.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. I knew that the you know strat or sorry track position was definitely going to be a thing like Brandon said, and I was really trying to stay up front there, and the first stint after the comp, I really wore my tires out, and I knew I had to save them a little bit, after that next stop. So I did take it easy on every new set of tires, first 10 laps or so, just so I knew I wasn't going to fall off the way I did there right after the comp. So that did work out for me, but strong race by the 5 car, and I do want to apologize to the 81 for getting into him there off of 2 in the middle of the race, and just overdrove the corner a little bit and got a little tight and hit him in the door. I hate to do that, but was a great race, a lot of fun, and glad to be in victory lane again.
Darn right. Ant, what you got for the Godfather?
So I know James said that this comes in twos, but in all actuality, you've had a long weekend, man, because you did the truck race, which was an endurance race, 100 laps at Indy. Then you hop into the LMP2 for the 24 hours at Daytona, and you anchor the team to bring it home for a P2 in our class. And tonight you're out here doing 275 laps in Darlington, and you bring home a win. So
Yeah.
should you probably start running long races every weekend
I
to
think
get
that's
your
it.
wins?
Maybe we're just going to move Midwest Motorsports to 100% race length for Cup Series. I'm just kidding. but but yeah, man, it's just the luck of the draw sometimes. It was a great weekend. Truck race was definitely a lot of fun. First time ever at Indy on the truck for me, and I'm sure a lot of the other drivers are the same way. But I love the Daytona 24. We do try to do it every year as a Midwest crew, and we pulled off a second place podium there, and a good hard battle, for 24 hours. That was a lot of fun. And then to top off the weekend with a win here in the Cup Series, really puts a stamp on this weekend. So, was a lot of fun. One that I'll, remember for a while here. So hopefully we can keep up the momentum and keep getting some checkered flags, whether it's in trucks or Cup. But a lot of cool tracks coming up on the schedule that I do enjoy. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure everybody's looking forward to coming to the middle part of this season. It's going to get real good here with the tracks.
We're right at the midway point of the season. Race 12 of 22 next week, Dover. I know that's probably one of your favorite tracks. But yeah, you and Ty Williams battling it out for the championship as we're halfway through. Don't forget the drop races. It's still too early to tell, but yeah, congrats on a great race tonight. And yeah, you did it, man. Lots of sim rig time tonight. Hopefully your family will let you slide for spending so much time in the rig. Maybe take them out to dinner for giving you some time.
Yeah, absolutely, fans. Absolutely. Thanks, James. Appreciate it as always. And Ant, thanks for jumping into the booth. Can't wait to listen to you.
As
We'll see
always,
you guys.
thanks to all the Midwest Motorsports admins for making this the great league that it is, including the broadcast team, Josh Watt, and Castor. Thanks for joining me. You know my door is always open. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. You got anything to say before we wrap it out, Ant?
No, just anybody watching, please make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your cousins, tell whoever. We'd like to get this out so everybody can kind of enjoy this and maybe get some more racers in here. If you like what you've seen and you have iRacing, join on in.
That's right. Until then, I'm James Johnson, Ant Castor, joining me in the booth, Josh Watt running the stream.
And I approve of this message.
Thanks to everybody. And as always, stay in your lane.